when you're holding all the breakdowns, the drama, the bills, the guilt, and still being asked for more. How do you go about that? Hi, I'm Jesse, and this is the Valiant Lifestyle. And I strive to give men more than the bare bones, but going beyond what that means. And in this wonderful episode, you're going to experience what it is for someone like me, and in fact, some details when you're carrying it all, and then 3 reminders to know that you're not crazy. Before I get into any of that, though, I want to thank you for watching. It makes my day to know that this is something that you would choose to watch and feel enlightened. I want to invite you to subscribe if you haven't already. It's really easy. Just come over here or to the right or left, wherever the subscribe button is today, and then hit all. All allows all of my content to be available to you. That's the little black bell. And if you have seen me many times, and this is another episode for you, welcome back, my friend. All right, so let's dive into this. What does this sound like to you when you're carrying it all? What does that conjure up in your mind? I'll tell you what that does for me is it makes me think, how much more do I got to do now? And where is my line? Where are my boundaries? You're the calm in the chaos. You're the calm in the chaos, my man. Most men, and women for that matter, don't realize the storm you're holding back. Now, what do I mean by that? You can be the most ragey man possible. You're able to produce so much energy that it's dangerous. You are a powerful man. But in that, there is so much discipline that you have learned through not only this episode, but many others, and many of your mentors, to know that if you were to get angry, if you were to act in rage, if you were to do any of these things, it's not advantageous for you. Nor is it for your spouse, your partner, your significant other, your wife, or your kids. It sets you back. Because why? All of that energy that I have inside of me when it comes to these things is not meant for them. It's not about them. For me, it is about me breaking through thresholds of patience, of kindness, and wondering all the while, what am I doing for myself? What do I get to do for myself that is equal or greater than this? As in, to sit with myself, to give myself that gift of presence that I'm giving to them. You don't need a medal. You don't need a medal. But you deserve a moment, and more than a moment in some cases. Your silence doesn't mean you're not tired either. Yes, as men we can grow tired of this. Yes, there are moments when we snap. Make no mistake though, the best part of the overcoming what that is, if you snap, if I snap, is the follow through, taking responsibility for what I've said and what I've snapped for that could be, well, it doesn't belong to my kids or my wife. When I take responsibility for it, it eases the pressure off them because they don't feel like it is their fault or theirs any longer. They know clearly where those boundaries are when I tell them where they are and what was mine. And they know clearly what is theirs after I have committed to what is mine. The other night, I was doing Thanksgiving, yes, in Canada, and I was growing tired. In fact, my kids were too. So was my wife. I snapped at my kids. I get a little snappy with them. What I did, realizing what I had did and said, was I apologize to you for getting snappy, for getting short. It had nothing to do with you. It was mainly me feeling tired and getting impatient because you weren't getting to bed fast enough. And you know what? Truth of the matter is, they're kids. They're kids. When they get tired, they get louder. They get more excitable. Kids are funny, hey, when they get tired, and you can attest to this, I'm sure. They get a little bit louder, and they get a lot more drawn out and dramatic. And that's just a part of who they are. That's also a sign to put them to bed. Under number 3, you're not losing it. You're not losing it. You're growing into it. You are. You are. I want you to feel this. I want you to really, really embrace this. You're growing into it. Pressure forges kings. Pressure forges kings. Think of a diamond. Diamonds, how do they form? Under great heat and pressure. Under great heat and thermal pressure. And don't they become some of the best quality gems out there? They certainly do. So do you. You're forged, my man. You're forged under pressure. And it is only under these pressures that you really understand what you can handle. How's that? How does that stand? How do you interpret that as I say it? I want you to feel this. This is so important. These pressures you feel, this tired and overwhelmed feeling, the exhaustion, feeling burned out, this is you coming to the threshold of what you can handle. This is you admitting to yourself that this is either I've got to extend myself, I've got to figure out a way to do that, or I'm going to be lashing out and ragey all the time. This is where I come in. This is where I come in. I want you to do yourself the biggest favor and make that big choice that you've been waiting for as a sign. This is your sign, my man. Make the decision to go to thevaliantlifestyle.com and book a 30-minute call. And let's talk about this. Let's talk about how you can be a king in your house and you don't feel like a king and you don't even know what that is. And you don't even want to feel like, oh, I don't know, I can't associate with that. No, I don't want to talk. No, seriously, you are. And you're denying yourself this power, this ability to be able to connect with yourself. All right. I want you to comment now. I'm not lazy. I'm not lazy. If you have been carrying more than anyone knows. Again, before I leave this episode, thevaliantlifestyle.com, go there, book a 30-minute complimentary call now. Do it. Do not talk yourself out of it. Let's do this.